Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, real estate fans, avid listeners alike, and wonderful people on your way to church this Sunday morning. My name's Erik Hatch, and I'm happy to be your host on Real Estate Radio this beautiful day. If you ever want to stop by and see us, you have just about a few weeks to find us in our current location before we move. For now, we're located at 1205 16th Avenue South in Fargo, just across the street from Bernie's Liquors and Luna Coffee. So if you're getting something to drink, whether it's an adult beverage or a really adult beverage, you can stop over, see us. Heck, even if you're stopping by to get coffee, we'd love to visit with you, chat about real estate, and see what your future holds. Now, here at the top of the hour, I want to give a bit of a forecast, if we can, a bit of an insight as to what's to come in the next few months. I think that without doubt, we're going to see interest rates because of the changes in the stock market and because of the hiccups that that's had. I think it's going to keep interest rates low. There's talk about them going down and then possibly going up by year end. My prediction, this is not written in stone, it's simply Erik Hatch's prediction of the real estate market, is that interest rates are going to remain fairly low. I think this is advantageous for most everybody out there. First of all, if you're a buyer, of course, getting a house right now with a lower interest rate is certainly to your advantage. But number two is if you are a seller, that means that buyer can now afford more house. And if they can afford more house, you can oftentimes not get so beat up on price because, well, truth be told is it's a seller's market right now anyways. And the sellers who come in and oftentimes beat up on price are one of two people. Either they're looking for a deal because they just love to haggle, they love the game, and that certainly is great for our industry. But the second thing is that people oftentimes operate at the upper echelon of their price range. And if that's the case, all of a sudden, if interest rates drop down, that means that the available cash that they have to actually purchase a home goes up. So if your house is in that next echelon, your house might become a little more sexy and a little more attractive. So the opportunity for you as a seller is to get your house on the market now. I think that's the message I want you to hear today, is if you're thinking of selling your house, if you've toyed with the idea, boy, I think we're in this perfect storm. And when is this perfect storm going to end? I really don't know. But I can tell you that the opportunity is huge for you right now to get top dollar for your house and to find a house at a great deal. So let's talk about that opportunity. You need to pick up the phone and dial these numbers, 701-369-4839, or find out what your home is worth by going to livefargomoorhead.com. But first things first, let's find out what's happening with real estate news this week. In studio with us, I have the ever debonair, the chiseled Greek god himself, Cam Knutson of Kilborn Group. Cam, good morning.
Good morning, Erik.
You love those introductions I do for you, don't you?
Yes, I like them a lot. Someday they'll stop.
When you get fat and ugly, they'll stop. But for now, you are young and beautiful, so I'm going to keep it coming your way. You just look so uncomfortable, and it's my favorite thing. Cam, I've known you for a number of years now. I think it's probably 4 or 5, and I knew you back when you were at NDSU. What did you do at NDSU to create a legacy for yourself?
Yeah, I got involved in a number of different things, mainly through student government. And one of the fun programs we started years ago when I was on this campus bubble, all my knowledge and focus was campus, and we started working on a bike share program to try to bridge to this, for me, unknown area of downtown Fargo. And it's funny to look back now and realize that my bubble switched from NDSU's main campus over to downtown Fargo. And so it's fun that bike share has kind of bridged that gap between the two areas.
And so that's an interesting correlation, Cam, and I actually hadn't even pieced that together of the bridging of that. But you started off and you went to NDSU. Where are you from, by the way? Where's your hometown?
From Bismarck.
Okay, and Bismarck is your hometown, and you have a great family there, and you said, I'm coming to NDSU because I want a great education and I want out of Bismarck, right?
Yep, correct. Yeah, no.
Not as a jab on Bismarck. Bismarck's a great place.
Bismarck. Absolutely love Bismarck. But when you grow up in a place, it's nice to get out for a while and go explore other areas. Yeah,
so it was time for something new, and you came to Fargo. Next thing you know, you're a student leader on NDSU's campus, and in fact, you're student body president. You're the guy, you're the big cheese, you're the head honcho. And so you're in that role, and you're passionate about bike share. Bike share, then it didn't get up and running when you were at campus. Is that correct?
It didn't. No, we I think we were naive enough to think right away that first year we were going to get it up and running, but took a little bit longer, 3 years longer to actually get it up and running.
Yeah, it sounds like my diet is like I'm going to start today, and 3 years later, it's like I eat one salad and I'm good. Yeah, that's perfect. So now, Cam, you find yourself at the Kilborn Group, and how long have you been working with Doug in the Kilborn Group?
2.5 years now.
So you're But the company itself has only been around a few years, right?
Yeah, about 7 or 8 years. Started off with a few projects. Renaissance Hall was the first project. Kilbourne Group wasn't formed yet, but that's what led to Kilbourne Group becoming formed and to start doing projects in downtown Fargo.
And so you had the opportunity when you graduated from college to maybe go back and work with your family and to go back to Bismarck, but you decided instead that you wanted to stay in the Fargo area. How come?
Well, I think having gone to college here, I had a number of friends that were in the community, and there's this energy that you can just tell is building up in Fargo. And as a state that I'd set to move back home, again, love Bismarck, great place, families there, but Fargo's hard to walk away from right now. And this energy continues to build, and people are supporting each other. There's a strong network. I live downtown now, and I love the neighborhood downtown and the people who are working there or living there. And it's just, again, as that date got closer, I realized I can't walk away from this. There's too much going on, too much learning happening, and Fargo is just it's a great place to be. So I don't know if I'm going to move back, but at least for the time being, I'm going to be here in Fargo for quite a while.
Yeah, Cam, we've been highlighting a number of professionals, and those of you just tuning in, we have Cam Knutson of the Kilbourne Group. He serves as the business development manager for them, and we're talking about why Cam, as a young professional, is staying in Fargo. And you're right, there is this vivacious energy that keeps you here. Some of that energy, I believe, comes from the Kilbourne Group and what you're doing downtown. So you, as the business development manager, what in the world is your role? What are you overseeing? What are you involved with right now?
Yeah, easiest way to describe my role is like an in-house realtor for Kilbourne Group. So when somebody's looking to open up a retail store, when they're looking to purchase a condo, if they're looking to get commercial office space, they would call Kilbourne Group and work with me on determining where that space could be. We're going to work with them to get their needs and then try to find them a spot downtown. If we don't have it now, we're working on getting more. So hopefully in the near future, we'll have more space available.
Cam, you guys are always tight-lipped on things, and I want to ask you 1,000 questions like, tell me about this high-rise that's coming up, and what's happening with Metro Drug, and you're going to stay quiet on those, right?
Yes. Yeah.
You son of a gun.
Yeah.
Because we're going to stay quiet on those, let's talk about what you are working on right now. I think one of the more exciting projects is the Woodrow Wilson building. And for those of you that don't know, that's on University Drive and 3rd Avenue. Is that right?
Yep. 3rd Avenue and 4th Avenue.
3rd Avenue. And most of downtown's development, at least in the past, has been, I would say, 10th Street to 2nd Street. Right in that corridor, and you're expanding that now, and you're going all the way to University Drive, 3 blocks further over, which totally impacts that whole neighborhood on the west side of University as well. So what's happening with Woodrow Wilson?
Yeah, we love this location. You got a whole city block where this old school was. So not only do you have the opportunity to renovate this 100-year-old historic building, but also you have a massive parking lot. And as we are used to doing developments in downtown, that's a lot of space, and sure, it could be a lot of parking for the apartment units, but we want to build beyond that, and so we are planning to actually do an infill project at the same time as we renovate the old historic building. So right now we're in the middle of wrapping up designs. It's going to be a gorgeous building, both the renovated current building and the new construction that we're going to be building in that parking lot.
Oh, what's the timeline on this?
It should be opening up around a little over a year from now.
Really? So the hammers are swinging and the remodel has started?
Some of it has, a little bit, mainly design right now. So we're wrapping up design. We want to, in the past, we used to do half the design, start on the renovation, change everything. It's just not the best route. Now that the market's established, and now that in this case, it's an apartment building, we want to make sure we have a complete full design and then start construction. So we'll have some starting late fall, and then a majority of it is going to start right away, spring of 2016.
Cam, we have a lot to talk about, and we don't have a lot of time. So instead, I'm going to keep you around. After the break, we're going to bring you back, and we'll take a listen to the other things going on with the Kilbourne Group. But in the meantime, head to livefargomoorhead.com, find out what your home is worth, or give us a call at 369-4839. This is Real Estate Radio with Erik Hatch. Welcome back to Real Estate Radio. As always, I'm your host, Erik Hatch, and in studio with us still is the ever-ripped, the super tan, the Greek god himself, Cam Knutson of the Kilbourne Group. If you could see him right now, you would say, ooh la la, how did you get to be so handsome, Cam? So thanks for sticking around with us.
Thanks, Erik.
How do you respond to something like that?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Ever since I became friends with you, I started to poke fun at how handsome you are. and it
always uncomfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, for both of us. Yeah, that's great. Cam, truth be told, is you work with the Kilbourne Group. You serve as the business development manager. Before the break, we talked about the things that are happening with the Woodrow Wilson, your involvement in bike share. Touch upon bike share for just a second, because I think it's worth filling in our audience in, because what I want to do is to give a forecast for what's happening for Fargo and where this community is going to be in years to come. And that community starts with youth, and it starts with doing something different that doesn't happen in other places. And bike share is one of those. So tell us about that.
The question I love being asked right now is why not in Fargo? And flashback 3.5 years ago when we're talking about bike share for the first time, a lot of people said, well, that'll never work in Fargo. You can't have it here.
It would.
Yep. I mean, so a number of people said, hey, it's not going to work. And so flash forward to today, this is our, we're around month number 5 of having bike share in the community. And we're about to surpass Minneapolis and Denver for total rides throughout the year. So that's crazy. We're a tenth the size.
Yeah.
We're going to have more rides in Minneapolis and Denver. We're the first bike share program in the nation to fully incorporate a university. So there's nowhere in the nation where it's easier to use a program like this if you're a student than here in Fargo and here at NDSU. So that has been fun to see it take off. And we're proving again, why not Fargo? Things can work here. It doesn't have to just be in the big cities where you can do cool, unique, fun programs.
Fargo rewrites the script for bike share. Bike share doesn't rewrite the script for Fargo, correct?
Yeah, correct. Yep.
And I think that's a huge opportunity, because what Kilbourne Group is doing and what's happening in our real estate community is that we're proving that we don't have to be like everyone else, and that we can do things differently. Kilbourne Group has helped to lead the way, and I want to thank you and Doug Burgum for being instrumental in that, because you impact our community and you make my job easier and my job more glamorous and my job more fun. I have an investor who says every time the Bison win, I go and buy another house. And that's an exciting opportunity. The Bison lost, and so morning music, please, in the background. Producer Dan, that'd be great. But truth be told is there's big things happening, and Fargo's going to continue to change. One of the big changes that I like is what's happening with St. Mark's. What's going on with that? Yeah,
this is a fun project where when we first bought it, I think our team was a little bit mixed. What do you do with this 100-year-old church? And we went through a number of ideas, and we started to come upon an idea where we could turn it into a modern yet historic venue. And so primarily focused on weddings and concerts. And so one of the partners is Jade from Jade Presents.
Absolutely.
He's thrilled to finally be able to have a venue downtown where you can have
They've been
600 people.
For it.
Yeah, they have. They definitely have. And so to have 600 people for stand-up concerts, you don't have anything like that in town right now. So he's excited to have that at St. Mark's. And then we're also excited to have a unique wedding venue where guests can have the entire experience at the one location. They can pop into downtown after a wedding and then walk back to their hotel. We truly think it'll be one of the best wedding experiences in the region.
So you can get married there, you can have a concert there, you can have a reception there, you can have an event there, and yet it's in the heart of downtown. It's beautifully historic and yet fully updated, so you don't have to worry about those like 14-inch stairs that are 3 inches deep, right?
Exactly, yeah. It'll go through a complete overhaul. We're actually building a new addition to the south side of the building, which will be a new staircase, elevator corridor, restroom. So it'll be again certain modern twists on this building, but yet you'll be able to tell it's this historic, beautiful 100-year-old building.
That's great. Cam, one final question. What's happening with the Loudon building and that development? I don't know much about it, but I hear it's going to be good.
That's another one where you got so much evidence before we renovated it of in the 70s with the energy crisis, all the old windows got boarded up, sealed off. We got everything exposed.
Where is the Loudon building, for those who don't know?
Yeah, that's over on drawing a blank here. First Avenue, First Avenue, and then 3rd Street.
So we've spread all the way from University to 3rd Street. We've covered a pretty big space. And what are you doing with the Loudon building?
Yep. So that one we're starting to do renovations of right now. If you go in there, give us a call, come take a look at it. You go inside, and the bones of this building are exposed. The brick, the woodwork. It's a gorgeous building. We're going to turn that into an office building for now. So it'll be a very nice one. Again, like you said, that's the southeast corner in our minds of downtown. So we love the fact that we can stretch southeast to north over to west with Woodrow Wilson. A lot of ground to cover downtown.
I know you won't give us the details of the things that haven't yet been revealed to the public. Give us a forecast. Are there more things to come?
Yeah, there's definitely more to come. I mean, we look at downtown as being an activator for the entire metro area. We think it's attracting young people, it's attracting other people that want to come work and live here in Fargo. And so flashing back 6 years ago, maybe didn't have the confidence we do now, where we were trying to develop a market. Well, now the market is there in downtown, and we're very bullish on the whole market of downtown Fargo and this general metro area.
Right.
So we do plan to have a lot more to come.
Cam Knutson with the Kilbourne Group, the business development manager. We're going to have you in again, Cam, in a couple of months because these projects are worth continuing to revisit. I think it's changing our community in the face, and you as a young professional are impacting this community in more ways than you know. So thanks for choosing Fargo, and I'm glad you're here as a friend and a business partner.
Yeah. Thanks, Eric. Great being on here.
You bet. Hey, in the meantime, go to livefargomoorhead.com, find out what your home is worth, and we'll close with some final thoughts in just a minute. This is Real Estate Radio with Erik Hatch. All right, everyone, we are almost out of time. As always, I want to close with a couple of final thoughts. Cam hogged the show today, and I'm thankful that he did because the forecast, the prediction, the way in which Fargo's going is an anomaly. We are changing the way in which a community can be developed, and I think that the Kilbourne Group and some of the other active leaders here in this community are refacing the way in which Fargo's going to be. I'm listening to professionals talk about how markets go up, markets go down, and people keep saying, when is this bubble in Fargo going to burst? Every study I look at, everything I know about this community says that our growth is imminent for years to come. Eventually it will slow down, but I don't think that's anytime soon. In fact, I think that within the next 5 to 10 years, we're only going to see rapid growth. There may be a change in interest rates. There may be a change in economy things. But even with that being said, we're still in a really strong place. I put my money and I put my mouth here in this community where it's so important that you understand that your investment in real estate as a simple, strong, and usually your biggest investment will be a great return for you. Traditionally, we see an average appreciation of 4 to 5% a year on properties, and some markets go up to 10, and then they drop down to negative 30 and all around. I think we're just going to see a slow and steady. I think that if in the race of the tortoise and the hare, Fargo, North Dakota is the tortoise in the race. It's slow and steady, and it is going to win the race. And so I can't wait to experience this new growth with people. I can't wait to be a part of this community with people. But if you're thinking about buying or selling, it's imperative that you get aligned with somebody that you trust, somebody that you want to work with, and somebody that you can say, I'm going to bet my financial life on this person's guidance. And I'd love to interview for that opportunity. And so reach out to us, 701-369-4839. Or as always, find out what your home is worth by going to livefargomoorhead.com. And that's it for this week's show. That's all I have. We'll tune in next week. But in the meantime, one last time, go to livefargomoorhead.com and find out what your home is worth. Thanks for tuning in to Real Estate Radio. I'm Erik Hatch on the Mighty 790 KFGO.